Welcome back to Craig Commends. Today I have for you 3 brilliant songs you probably haven't heard before, but they may just become your next listening obsession. Let's get to it. The Drones are an Australian band formed in Perth. Led by lead singer and guitarist Gareth Lydiard, they are a distinctive blend of alternative, blues and noise rock and punk blues. The song of theirs I want to talk about is Shark Fin Blues, the first track from the band's second album, Wait Long by the River and The Bodies of Your Enemies Will Float By. Written by Lydiard and Ruri Pereira, the song was apparently written soon after the passing of Lydiard's mother. It begins with highly distorted guitar up front in the mix and basic drums. The protagonist is standing on the deck of a sinking boat. The water licks around his ankles and he contemplates that there ain't no sunshine way, way down. The sharks are circling. The intensity builds as he ponders the predicament he faces. The song begins with 3 verses. There really isn't a chorus. Each verse builds with intensity. The guitars blaze as Lydiard howls into the metaphorical wind. His voice is grizzled, but it suits the material perfectly. It cracks, it strains, the desperation is clear. After an instrumental section carried by a ragged guitar solo, the song takes a breather for the bridge. Lydiard sings a na-na-na refrain, which sounds more tortured than celebratory. Female backing vocals drift into the mix to provide some respite from the darkness. The final verse kicks in with renewed vigour. They're coming fin by fin until the whole boat sinks, Lydiard sings. The female na-na-nas can be heard during the outro as Lydiard screams fin by fin over and over. It finishes with an instrumental section that builds and builds and builds to the end. It's a song of despair and stark beauty. You might feel slightly drained after listening to it, but its majesty will have you hitting the play button over and over. In a poll of more than 70 contemporary Australian songwriters in 2009, it was voted the greatest Australian song of all time. Next is the song Wendell G by alternative rock legends R.E.M. It's the last song from their third studio album, Fables of the Reconstruction, released in 1985. It was the third and final single from that album. It's a strange song and a little hard to describe. Over a simple guitar and drums, lead singer Michael Stipe's baritone voice emerges from the somewhat murky production to tell us about Wendell G. What he tells us doesn't make a lot of sense, but it matches the dreamlike quality of the music. There is a tree with a lost middle, replacement trunks of chicken wire, and wire turned to lizard skin. When the first chorus arrives, the song really comes into its own. Whistle as the wind blows, Stipe sings, as Mike Mills' backing vocals float over the top. Gonna miss you, boy, Mills repeats as Stipe sings. Mills' backing vocals always add so much to R.E.M songs and are a real strength of the band. Listen to Fall on Me, for example. The backing vocals on Wendell G don't follow the main melody. They provide a counter melody that elevates the song. The choruses throughout the song are just beautiful in a melancholy sort of way. There wasn't even time to say goodbye, Stipe sings in the second chorus as Mills' vocals soar in the background. At the end of the second chorus, there is an instrumental section where a gently plucked banjo emerges. I don't know why, but it just works so perfectly. There is something about a banjo. It sounds so delightfully forlorn when played slowly. When the chorus returns for a final time, the vocals, the banjo, all blend into a swirling soundscape as we say goodbye to Wendell G. Wendell G is easily a top 10 R.E.M song for me, probably top 5. It's a mysterious southern rock masterpiece of rare depth. It's the type of song no one did better than early R.E.M. Finally, I want to talk about a song from American rock band Semisonic. Many of you will know the band from their biggest hit Closing Time, from their second studio album Feeling Strangely Fine. Today I want to highlight a near 8-minute epic from their third studio album, All About Chemistry. The song is called I Wish, written by lead singer and guitarist Dan Wilson. The song starts with a gently strummed electric guitar before the drums and bass come in. I wish I could be anyone but the one I am now, Wilson sings. The overall theme of the song is simple. He wants her, and he wishes he could be someone she wants too. When he sings, if I could be somebody else, I wouldn't be myself, and maybe you'd want me, you can't help but feel a pang of empathy for the narrator, likely because we've all felt that way at some point in our lives. With the chorus, the song kicks up a few gears. It's a very catchy melody in an alternative rock sort of way. At the end of the second chorus, the song slows down. A lone guitar and piano play a new melody as an over 3-minute instrumental coda begins. The The coda is a fantastic piece of music that flawlessly complements the first part of the song. It's the coda that make the Layla comparisons plausible. You really have to admire the band even attempting something so ambitious. Okay, for some, it may be hyperbole to compare it to Layla. However, I believe it holds its own against that classic. As the song closes, you will realise the 8 minutes flew by. Epic and moving, it's a very effective indie rock love song. A bit of trivia, the writer of this song, Dan Wilson, also co-wrote Adele's 2011 mega hit, Someone Like You. There you have it, 3 amazing songs that deserve a wider audience. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time.